What's up, everyone? My name is Travis with the Stint Leadership Team. Have you ever been stumped by this big question? What is the purpose of life? Why do we exist? Is there meaning to the life, to the universe, and everything we see around us? Well, this week, we're going to attempt to answer the question, what is the purpose to life? Do you ever just stop and wonder what's the point? I think all of us are looking for significance in what we do. In daily routines of going to school, finding a job, going to work, managing to do chores around the house, and somehow find time to hang out with friends and family. I would argue that all of us desire to have meaning in our lives. But above all those things, what should be the end goal? What should be the purpose to why we do those things? Okay, so here's why I think that question is important. Like I mentioned earlier, we are all looking for significance. Whether you're 14, 45, or 105, all of us seek to have a meaningful life. Discovering purpose will help us find significance. Significance is important because this is where we find value in our life. Those things we value will shape our lives. We'll base our beliefs and our actions around those things. Understanding our purpose points our life. It should guide us into making decisions that will work according to our purpose. So what's the point of this life? Why were you created? Paul says in Philippians chapter 1, verse 20, he says, "It is my eager expectation and hope that I will not at all be ashamed, but that with full courage, now as always, Christ will be honored in my body, whether by life or by death." Paul makes the case that whatever he did, whether by living or dying, Christ was to be honored. We were designed to give glory to God, that is to say, to value and honor God above all else. We were designed by our Creator to be fully dependent upon Him. In 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 31, Paul says, "So whether you eat or drink or whatever you do, do all to the glory of God." Now think about it this way. This extension cord here has the purpose of extending a power source from an outlet to my computer. Now let's say if I were to use this extension cord and use it as a rope to rappel down a mountain, how long would this cord last? Well, the wires inside might last a little while, but eventually I would likely be taking a non-stop trip to the ER with all my bones broken, right? Well, in the same way, God created us to glorify Him. And when we choose to try and bring glory and honor to ourselves instead of God, we're going to wear ourselves out like a car with no oil or a phone with no battery. God created the heavens and the earth with one intention, bringing glory to Himself. Now you may be thinking, doesn't that make God sound like a bit of a narcissist? Someone who has a big head and thinks the universe revolves around themselves? Well, while that's a bad characteristic of a human, God actually is the center of everything. God can command us to worship and glorify Him because God Himself is the sustainer of the universe. And out of His character flows goodness. There is nothing that can satisfy our soul but Christ. Now, because God has given us the free choice to follow Him or not, you do have the option not to serve God and try to satisfy your longings of your heart elsewhere. But time and time again, everything in this universe will fail you. The point of this life is to glorify God in everything you do. So next time you're struggling with purpose, let this truth guide you back into God's will for your life, because this is where you will find rest and satisfaction for your soul. Guys, thank you so much for taking time to watch. I would love to hear your comments. Let us know if you agree, disagree, let us know in the comment section down below, and we will see you next week.
If you want to learn more about this topic and many others, or about our cost-free Stint internship, visit topbecker.org/stint.